Hey guys, welcome into another This Might Hurt. I was going to say good morning, but it is not morning anymore. It is afternoon, and yeah, I was doing some laundry, doing some stuff. But anyway, we'll get to another This Might Hurt. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. There we go. Happy Saturday. Yeah, got the things done. I have to still rearrange my house later today, but I'm gonna have lunch with my aunt, and haven't seen her in a while. Kind of miss her. So waiting to hear back from where we shall meet up for that. Doing all the things. Probably going to go buy a little mini air conditioner today because it is pretty hot in Albuquerque. And the swamp cooler is not on yet. So, yeah, it was pretty painful night of sleeping or lack thereof because of the heat. But that's okay because they make such things for such things. They have portable swamp coolers. I'm sure they're probably sold out everywhere, but we're going to go try to find one today. Anyway, onward and upward. Let's see. What is our energy for today? Wheel of Fortune again. I put that in the middle on purpose. And Four of Swords on its side. So the Four of Swords in the upright is solitude, right? It's the needing to rest and recuperate and recover. But on the reverse, it would be burnout, right? And just keep going and going and going. And there's somewhere in between, right? So somewhere in between burnout and rest. So I could relate to that. Last weekend was all about rest, and this weekend is just run. So we have to find the balance somewhere in the middle, right? We can't always be on rest mode, and we can't always be in burnout mode, but we got to find that middle point between, and then making the decisions, right? Knowing that things are always working out for us, or feeling like we don't really want the change, right? Inevitable change or resistance to change. Which way is it going to go? But there's some sort of change. I think on its side, you have the control of that. You have control over. Actually, you have control over both of those. I don't often read the sideways cards that way, and I used to. I was talking to somebody about that last week, but you get to decide if it's rest or burnout. You get to decide if it's change or resistance to change, because the universe has not decided yet, or you have not decided yet, but the energy of change and the energy of rest and burnout, that initial frequency is coming in. So just to the star. Somebody was talking about the star last week, about her being completely balanced in both worlds. And I like that, because the star is usually like wishes come true, dreams come true, that kind of stuff. But I do like to see that it's more of a healing card, right? A balance, a recovery card. And we have the recovery that's almost there. And I feel like we're going more towards the rest and recovery rather than the burnout. Guys, you got to understand the prequels to burnout, right? When you start misplacing things, can't remember things a lot of times that's compassion fatigue. That's burnout, right? And that's when you got to rest and relax and rejuvenate yourself, because we are humans and we can get overwhelmed and we can just keep going and going and going. We're not robots. Okay? Let's keep going. But I like the healing card. Then we have the Emperor in reverse. So some sort of bully. Don't bully yourself into it. And there might be somebody else bullying you during your healing process. And there's always something to be gained by that, right? And you might even be bullying someone else in the healing process. You might be, I know I was this week. I talked to my supervisor, well, he's not even my supervisor, my operations manager, about wanting sobriety more than my clients do. And I know this, and I, at a cognitive level, am aware that I can't put more effort into their recovery than they're putting in for themselves. But I get this momentum, right? And then I forget to pull back and to match energies, right? It's an annoying thing, but staying fully present. And that's why we have supervisors. That's why we have people around us to keep us in check, right? Because it's not necessarily something we can do completely on our own. Although I kind of got there on my own, and I needed the confirmation. But either way, don't bully people into healing, if that's what you're doing. And just the bully energy in general, forcing people to do things they don't want to do is sinister, right? Like I tell my clients all the time, if you don't want to be sober, then don't. Own your shit, right? That's okay. Is the consequences of that choice are not something that you get to choose, right? The consequences are set in stone. In fact, on Mondays, we go over the group rules. And in an effort to get them to follow the rules, because it's been a little rowdy lately, I had them come up with the consequences. And so when they break the rule now and the consequence comes around, I'm like, well, this is what you guys decided. All right, this isn't a me thing. This is a you thing, keeping yourselves in check. And we all kind of need to do that, right? But at the end of the day, we're not free from the consequences of the choice when we make the choice. And so bullying people into making choices that we would make in their situation is not a great energy. Or if this is somebody else bullying you into doing things their way, that's not great either. For example, like I have dogs, and I don't feed them from the table. It's just, I've never done it. I don't think it's appropriate, because then it teaches them to beg. And when I have people over, it's embarrassing, right? So they have their dinner. I have my dinner. And if there's leftovers, when I get up, they might get some leftovers, but they know better than to beg at the table when I'm eating. And I have other people in my life who fully support feeding the dog from the table as if they're a family member. So it's hard, right? It's hard. Don't bully people into either feeding the dog or not feeding the dog. You do it your way. And if somebody's bullying you, set your boundaries. Hold them, maintain them, do the things, right? What's the advice? What's the advice for today? Advice for today? Nothing yet. Advice. Slow down and find some balance. Notice the imbalances, right? The Chariot in reverse would be a really slow-moving energy. And don't try to point everybody's shadows out to them, guys. They don't like that. I don't like that. You don't like that. Shadow work is something that we have to do on our own time, in our own way, in our own sovereignty, I guess, would be the word I want to use there. I'm just looking it up because I know it's a little bit different in the keywords than it is the way I'm reading it, and it is a loss of control or competing drives. So maybe give up the control a little bit, right? Let people, like what I was telling you about my clients, right? If they don't want to be sober, don't make them be sober. To the Six and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, which would be, what is Six of Pentacles in reverse? Why does this one always stump me every time? Power imbalance. So let the power imbalance happen, right? Give up complete control. Surrender for a minute. See what shakes out, right? When they have complete control. I might actually try that in my IOP this week. Just throw the rules out and see what happens. But maybe not. Maybe not. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Seven of Pentacles, I don't know that we've gotten this one a lot. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse would be impatience or doubt, right? Being impatient. Like, I want the thing and I want it now. I doubt I'm going to get the thing. So, for example, I'm working with HomeWise to purchase a home. And, I spoke with them last week, and it was, we got to wait 3 more months. And I'm like, no, I want to do it now. And the patience, right? That in-between phase, that liminal space between wanting the thing and getting the thing. More of that. More observation, more waiting, more surrender. Welcome to 2026. I don't know what else to say about that. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave it there. You guys take care. We'll chat soon.